Hello, welcome back again to the just over 1 mile track that is Minnesota Motorsports Park, and we're here for round 23. This is qualifying, 10 minutes worth of qualifying action for you tonight under the lights yet again. We always have some great races under the lights here. And yeah, the first time that we raced here, they had quite a big accident, and the racing was actually very, very good as well. So first car out, you could see, was Jessica Shelton. So let's actually just see here from Jessica. There she is, as she's going to come across the start finish line. Now, if you remember back in qualifying here, all the way back to, I can't remember what round it was though, there was an accident that happened which involved Colin Jones, Christian Martin and another driver. And then when the qualifying actually ended, Colin Jones actually did end up having the fastest time. It's not the first time this has happened this season. It happened not too long ago as well. I believe it was Carson Green, I think it was. Yeah, Carson Green may have. So yeah, it's a quite a banked track. Very banked track. Quite a wide track. So we should see some overtaking going on here. Like we already saw that the first time that we were here. And across the start finish line again, then goes Jessica Shelton. A few drivers then in the pit lane there. Dylan Poteet and Trent Dunham and James Qualls and RG Bishop. I was going to say Tim then. Jamie Smith and Levi McIntyre then both out on the track. There is Christian Martin, who fell down, and there's Jesse Turner and Wintergreen and Sky Commons, and there's Seth Cole battling with Zachary Fitzwater. And Sam Oskin then just comes out right beside them there, and Seth drives his way through, passing the 29 with effortlessly ease, as there is Banter Disco. Such a bad out for him a week ago when the engine gave up on him. Alex Rowe just being passed by Matt McIntyre. McIntyre driving at the blue Caterpillar. Looks like it's going to be a second race in the row with Carson Gump driving that same livery there. I also noticed there too. Now there's a guy that's actually really moving up in the points. Might be, obviously it'll be too little too late for him to make a charger for the title. But here, Daniel Voles, he's up to 18th place in the standings. He is really rocketed up through the championship table. He sits about 180 points behind the top 10. But I tell you what, that'd be some Herculean effort though if that team could get into the top 10. Jamie Smith, you mentioned about Jamie Smith not too long ago, him being inside the top 10 in points for like the first half of the season, but this second half of the season it's been a little bit a downward spiral for Jamie Smith. He comes into this championship now in 20th place. Oh, looks like we've got a bit of messing activity going on here. Jack Mitchell with Trent Dunham and Jesse Turner. Jack going on to the bottom of the track. Jack sitting 7th in the standings, 154 points back off the lead. Oh, Christian Martin doesn't want to get involved in yet another qualifying accident. He nearly did. And anyway, there is Charlie Buxton and Colin Jones, who took the pole, like I said, the first time. And there's the hometown hero there, Danny Wells. Danny Wells is sitting 5th in the standings, right ahead of Miss James Qualls, who sits 2nd in the championship. And right ahead of James is Dylan, Danny's teammate. Dylan Young there, great showing there from Dylan Young last week. Unfortunately, just missed out on the top 10 as Joshua Collard looks like he's touring into the pit lane. Not unless if there's a problem on the Cheerios Dodge for the Petty Enterprises team. We'll keep an eye out on this one. Let's see if it does. Sky Commons also comes into the pit lane, as well as I believe that was Nick Gunther coming in. And he's just putting on some fresh tyres there, so no car disappeared then. Look at this kerfuffle of cars here. I mean, this is just qualifying, but this is what you get to see throughout the race here tomorrow. Tell you what, Chap Mitchell's actually pulled away with that gap there. Really pulled away. Ali Rain and Brandon Ross together there. Oh, someone's kicked the gravel up. Yeah, someone's just kicked up a bit of gravel. Now, Brandon Ross is also moving up in the points too. He's 23rd in the standings now. The majority of the season, he was down in the 30s, but he is moving up now. As Michael Norman now goes into the pit lane. Could have been him that actually went onto the gravel. And the 49 there of Austin LaPlante, and the 0 of Wes McCall. Hopefully he's not going to get involved in any more crashes in this race here tonight. There's another good scrap of cars right here, which involves a championship leader, Matt McLean. There's Carson Gump, Brent Wintergreen and Charles Sanford all there too. And this is just a 1 mile track here. Sanford looking a bit loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Did you see the car had a little wiggle? Yeah, Sanford's car did have a little wiggle, and as Alex Rowe goes into the pits. But there is the championship leader then, the 44 of Noah Cars. Has a 55-point advantage then over James Qualls. And Cody Lammers there too. A few cars then into the pits. Out goes Nathan Hudson, just trying to get by the 66 perfectly fine, which he does fine. And out goes James Qualls there. We're just seeing James Qualls right now as Carson Gum nearly touches up on the apron. Oh, where's the 24? Where's the 24? I don't see the 24. I think the 24 has actually disappeared. Oh no, there he is. He's still right. Okay. I thought the 24 of James Qualls had disappeared, but obviously not. Anyway, just less than 3 minutes to go until the end of qualifying, and Qualls giving up a spot there to RG Bishop and Liam Ervig. Also on the outside as well. And there is Noah Cars. He tours into the pit lane. Loads of cars in the pit still. McCrory, Charlie Buxton, Brant Disco and Michael Norman. They're all in the pit lane. Now don't forget, if any car disappears in the pit lane, then obviously they're going to start at the rear of the grid. That's always been the case this season. Or if they've been involved in a crash as well, that will still count as well. Right, this pack of cars went into a single file formation, so their lap times will be quicker. I'm trying to get to the 48. There he is. There's last week's winner, Chris Summers, winning last week at Texas. Kind of a bit of a wreckfest at Texas. But that win has actually propelled them into the top 10 in the championship. And all 4 drivers of the Roush Racing package are right up there, actually. They've got all 4 drivers in the top 11. There's a look then at Christian Martin. He fell down to 4th in the standings. He's now 104 points back off the leader. Yeah, Noah Cars is first, James Qualls is second, and then you go down to 10th where you find Chris Summers, and Michael Norman just outside the top 10 now in P11. And there's a look at Dylan Poultier and Danny Wells and Kyle Matthews and Sky Commons just passing the 19. You can tell the middle line is sort of like the best line. You can tell that. We look then at Sky Commons as we've got a minute to go. He's currently 9th fastest though for the Michael Waltrip Racing Chevrolet for the Aaron's Dream Machine. And again, I will actually look back when the end of qualifying there as Charlie Buxton is gone back onto the track. And if there's anything that happens in the pit lane, I will show it to you. So there's concrete proof that the cars do disappear and they will have to start at the back of the grid. Michael Norman getting a good draft off of Jessica Shelton. As Sanford's going into the pit lane. That might be the end of Sanford's run in qualifying here tonight. I do want to know who was the guy that was in the gravel trap and see if his car sort of like disappeared. I will actually have a look at that. Summers comes out though, but he's not going to have enough time to post a couple of laps in there. Matt McLean, we've got 10 seconds to go until the end of qualifying, folks. Carson Gum all over the back of Wintergreen, who was catching up to McIntyre in the process. And qualifying will have ended. Yes, qualifying has now ended. And we'll just see it on the done counter here. Let's see. Oh, well, that's it then. Session is complete, and there we go. So let's have a look back at pit lane to see if any cars actually did disappear. Well, I've had time to look back at the pit lane to see if any cars disappeared, and thankfully no cars had disappeared. However, this is what happened with the gravel being kicked up here. Daniel Voiles just slightly gets into the rear of Jamie Smith. No contact over the wall, but he's going to have mud tires on his cars, and that's what happened. So yeah, just Daniel got into the rear left quarter panel of the four of Jamie Swift, and that was how the gravel was kicked up. Anyway, their cars did not disappear. Every car is all good, so they're going to be in their qualifying positions no matter what. No cars will start at the back because the cars weren't involved in a crash or disappeared when they went into the pit lane. So that's good to see. So we're back again then at this screen. So then, who is going to be on the pole for tomorrow's race at Minnesota? Will it be the hometown boy, Danny Wells, or will it be someone that's hitting form? Will it be the championship leader? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it was Sanford. Charles Sanford then on the pole. And then you got Dylan Poteet in second. Matt McIntyre will start third. Tied in the time, well, same time as the championship leader, Noah Cars. So Cars is going to start in P4. Carson Gump and Ali Rain will make up a row 3. Liam Irving and Andy McCrory will be on row 4. And then on row 5 will be Sky Cummins and Austin LaPlante. LaPlante actually does have some decent qualifying, but I would have to say there. But again, race pace just doesn't show it as well. Same as well with Ali Rain. That's about two weeks in a row now. She's been up there in the top 10 in qualifying, but unfortunately, race pace has been somewhat different for her, unfortunately. Austin LaPlante's complete the top 10. Then you got Nathan Hudson, Carson Green. You got a few rookies up there in the top 12. I think you got 2 of them at least. Danny Wells, then he's going to start on the inside of row 7 alongside Wintergreen, Michael Norman, and Christian Martin. One driver in the top 10, one just outside the top 10. Then you got Karen Matthews and Jesse Turner. That's row 9. Then you got row 10 is Levi McIntyre and Seth Cole. Jack Mitchell is going to start pretty much in the danger zone alongside fellow rookie driver Colin Jones. Sam Oskin and Fitzwater will be on row 12. Row 13 will be Young and Ospina. Brian Tedisco and James Quo second in the championship. He's got a bit of work to do starting from P28 and his teammate and championship leader starting in 4th place. That's not good for James Qualls. 29th is Brandon Ross. Chris Summers, the winner last week. He's going to start on the outside row 15. RJ Bishop, 4th in the points. He's going to start deep again. Then you've got Alex Rowe, a couple of Dodgers on the 16th row, a couple of Chevrolets on the 17th row. And you have Daniel Voiles and Cody Lammers on row 18. Row 19 will be Joshua Collard and Jamie Smith. Wes McCall, the downfall in the points here for Wes is not looking good. He's going to start really bad he's going to start really deep. And he'll be alongside Jessica Shelton. And on the final row, Nick Gunther and Charlie Buxton. So there you go. That is it then. Charles Sanford, I believe he did have a good run in the first Minnesota race. So he's continuing the good form that he's raced here. Now then, you're just going to have to wait until 100 laps again tomorrow for the race itself. It should be definitely a cracker. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow for the race.